good? Are we live? We are live. What's good, guys? How's everybody doing out there? Welcome. It is March Madness. Yeah. uh, it's been a while. I shouldn't say it's been a while. As always, guys, I forgot my usual stick. I usually take a month off from the Q and A's, and so it's two a month, and then I take 1 week, 1 month off, and then I started back up. So yeah, there was no Q and A for the month of February. I chilled, I relaxed, and I've still been busy as hell. I'm still busy as it is, guys. This is the first time I actually have been able to really chill and relax and catch up on some sleep and things like that. Just been pretty busy. As of late, to the point busy enough that I really haven't gotten to see any movies as of late, and that's my phone going off. I haven't seen any movies as of late. I still haven't seen Ant-Man. Creed 3 just came out. This Friday is Scream 6, and those three movies I definitely need to see. But I did the one thing I've been able to do because I have a new job actually, which is really cool, and it lets me work at night. One moment, please. What the hell? Why is my phone going off like that? What's going on? Okay. I do not need to hear that. Okay. So I have but I was able to see two movies, but that I've been wanting to see. One is Megan. I have got to see that, so I did get to see Megan, and I did enjoy it. Enjoyed it very much. Yeah, it's a little bit like Chucky, but then there's more to it than that, and it's actually really sad in general. But it was actually a good movie. I did enjoy that. And I saw the latest DC Tomorrowverse movie, Legion of Superhero, which, in my opinion, should have been called Supergirl and the Legion of Superheroes. And there will be, if you follow my Facebook page, there's a short uh, movie review on my page. I will do a full review soon as well. I have a lot to say about that movie as well. Um, but yeah, so I haven't been able to see Ant-Man. I haven't seen Creed 3, and of course Scream 6 is about to come up. Three movies that are big on my list, on my must see list for this for the month of March, and they're still coming out. John Wick, of course, and all that stuff. So this is still. I've just been just super busy for the past couple of weeks, guys, and I just haven't been able to, um, get some things out and do some projects and stuff like that I've been wanting to do. And let me push my seat up a little more. There you go. What the hell? Oh, okay. That's better. All right. What else have I been able to do? I've been watching Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I do like it very much. So I have to. I will do a review on that when I'm finished the first 6 episodes of the season. So yeah, I did. I have liked it a lot. So welcome, guys, as always, to another open mic Q&A, and I am your boy. Your alpha is here, and I've kind of slowed down the chats this time around, so I don't want to miss anything. But more importantly, everybody gets a chance for me to answer their questions or so. The first thing I say, please, guys, do not send the same. I trust me, I know what questions are the same questions, so be careful with that. Um, but more importantly, yeah, man. Your boy's just been super busy, super busy. So hey, Perry, are you looking forward to the Teenage Mutant Turtles Mayhem. Yes, it's interesting. I like the I like the art design, going very comic book. I saw the casting, and I actually posted up on my Facebook. If you guys, I was like, okay, let me, and I looked at the cast. I'm like, okay, so you got Jackie Chan playing Master Splinter, and I'm like, that's great. But in my opinion, Seth Rogen should have went with somebody like Hirozuki Sanada or somebody like that. Not trying to sound, but maybe you should have stick with a Japanese actor instead of a Chinese actor. It's a difference. So I was a little not upset, but I was just like, So you got Ice Cube in there, and they brought in a lot of characters from the comics I was interested in. Well, Superfly, I was like, okay. Mondo Gecko, I was like, okay. John Cena is gonna play Bebop. I was like, Rocksteady, excuse me. He's playing Rocksteady while Seth Rogen is playing Bebop. Um, but the one thing I did not see was no Shredder. I'm like, are they saving Shredder? Uh, the trailer was fine, and the fact that the voice actors of the turtles are young. They really are going with the aspect of them being teenagers or just young kids. Okay, to me, but to me, I always looked at the turtles as being in their late teens, 18, 16, 17 years old, or that's how I always looked at them. That's how I depicted them as always, you know. But here they're supposed to. I guess they're supposed to be young, and I wasn't really caring too much for Michelangelo having braces. I'm like, what the? I was like, what? I'm like, what? Donatello wearing glasses all the time. I'm like, yeah, okay, yes, he's the smart one, but do you have to be showcasing like, okay, does not every smart person wear glasses? That's a stereotype. I was like, come on. There was certain things about it I was like, okay, but outside of that, it looked fun. It looked fun. Indeed. I'm still. I didn't put up the like a reaction to it because I'm still editing the damn thing. So so I'm still editing a lot of things out of it. But yeah, it was okay. It was all right. Um, are you going to see the Super Mario Brothers movie? Depends. That depends. It depends. Who should play Savage Dragon? I know where Savage Dragon is from. I know Savage Dragon. Terry Crews or Jason Momoa. How about none of them? How about none of them? Somebody else. There's somebody else that could play Savage Dragon outside of Terry Crews and or Jason Momoa. There's somebody else that can play that role besides them. I mean, hell, to me, you can get Rick Richardson to play him if you wanted to, who plays Jack Reacher. He can bulk up big, and that's fine. So yeah, it doesn't have to be them two. Are you going? How you doing? Because I'm fine. Just a little busy. That's it's kind of the first time I'm actually having a chance to really relax. Sinestro versus Nova. Who would win? You asked me that before, Cyborg. Didn't I just tell you guys don't ask me the same questions over and over? You ask that question all the time. It's never the same, and it's always a versus match, which is funny to me. I crack up with it. I'm like, I've been asked that a lot. Okay, will you do a top list of characters you want to see in the DCU Chapter 2? I've done that already, Perry. Go watch, go watch it. I actually talked about it already. Um, Warhawk, what was the worst? What what was worse, Dungeon of Doom or Vince Russo for WCW? I think Russo, or at least the Dungeon of Doom, was funny at bad. Yeah, I'll go with Russo. A lot of that stuff that happened when he was there, he won't take counter for it. So it just shows just the type of person he is. And I'm not the biggest Rus uh, Vince Russo fan anyway. I just can't. Guys, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that delivery. Uh, let's see what. Oh, people are mad about TMNT mutant. I can understand some people's. Some of it is stupid and some of it is just dumb, stupid and dumb. I don't mind the design because it's very comic book. I don't mind, like I said before. But I've already seen people razzing on the fact that April is black in this, and if these knuckleheads would do their research, they would understand that April has been black before. More importantly, she was originally supposed to be Asian, and even in the comics, the original Mirage comic, there was always question she was either biracial, and if I'm not mistaken, yeah, she was biracial, half black, half white. So these people were ridiculous. My issue also, I would say, one of the things I just don't like the braces on Michelangelo. I'm like, why is he? I don't like that. There are certain things I'm wondering, are they keeping secrets? Like, we didn't see Shredder. Is Shredder going to be in this movie, or are they going with the Utroms? Because things like that. Outside of that, I don't really mind it. It's at all. I really don't. Uh, did you see the Flash trailer? I do not care for that, Will Miser. That shit can go fuck itself. Yeah, I said it. That movie can go do, but can burn for all I care. The fact that that movie is still coming out after what that doofus did, ridiculous. And more importantly, if you look at that movie at a whole, it was just fan service to the core. It is. Was it nice to see Mr. Keaton in the costume? Yes. But at the end of the day, that is not what I can go wait. I can wait to see all what he's going to do on a clip or something. Like, I don't care. I really don't care. I want Miller gone. Him gone, 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 gone. I'm not gonna see this movie. Screw this movie. Go that movie can After I watched that trailer, I just put my middle finger up like that movie. And I'm a Flash fan, and then I'll even say that, but that movie can go to hell. Did you hear about Dilbert being canceled? Dilbert, the comic character? Really? Oh wow, that's interesting. Never really was a big reader of that. I noticed this stream was scheduled after Night Court. Did you watch tonight's Night Court, and how do you feel about like? I am watching Night Court. I've been a fan of Night Court since I was a kid. The original. I like this new one. I'm still playing catch up on it, but I do like it. It has a lot of elements of the original. It's fun. I'm glad it got renewed for another season real quick. NBC renewed it quick. So happy for them indeed. Uh, very much indeed. So yeah, I am watching the show. Will, it's fun. It's fun. I hope sooner or later we do see some of the original cast make guest appearances on the show. Richard Mole is still alive. There's a couple other actors that are still alive. You know that I would love to see them come on there. Like just to, it'd be fun. It'd be a lot of fun. Mikey with braces doesn't bother me, but Donnie wearing glasses, I feel definitely isn't needed. I don't like them both with that. That just doesn't need. They don't need that at all. Biggie Smalls' anniversary is in 2 days. How are you going to celebrate it? Just like most time with deaths of musicians, I just listen to their music that day or something like that. That's all. Did Kyle Rayner become a Blue Lantern? Kyle Rayner was a White Lantern. He had all of the other spectrums. That's the White Lantern. He had every one of them. So technically, yeah. And he doesn't get any respect. Ain't that sad? Liu Kang versus Martial Law versus Fei Long versus Jan Lee. Well, Jan Lee's out. Marshall's probably going to. It'll come down to Fei Long and Liu Kang. Don't know if you watch. I do. I watched AEW. I do. But it was fantastic. I no. Yes, I do. Match of the night for me was Moxley and Hangman. Not really. To me, it was the 60-minute Iron Man match that was better because the Moxley Hangman match didn't even feel like a Texas. That just felt like a street fight. That wasn't a Texas match, not at all. That was too tamed. Even the ending. Didn't care for Ruby turning. That made no damn sense at all. And I'm looking forward to hearing what her excuse is for turning. It makes no damn sense whatsoever. Hence why I don't care. Wardlow had to win against Joe, but he's not losing to Powerhouse. Powerhouse is not beating him. Uh, it was nice to see FTR back. But outside of that, it was a good show. It was really good, but these AEW shows just still are just way too long. They don't need to be that long. It was not really a lot of build for any of these matches at all. Uh, let's see. Any thoughts on Batman, the Doom that comes to go? I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna give it a shot. I am. I really am. Uh, it looks different, but I'm gonna give it a shot. That looks more like that's an Elseworld story. Okay. Uh, hold on. Uh, I'll be right back again, guys. Another delivery. Malcolm's food. Okay. That'll be the last time I open that door. It is freaking freezing outside. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. So yeah, the Batman. I'm gonna check out. Like I said, the next. I believe that if you watch the Legion of Superheroes movie, they already showcased the next. They actually teased the next Tomorrowverse story, which is Justice League War World. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what that's all about. If it's going to be the Justice League and War World and things like that. So yes, I am looking forward to that. That is that indeed is what I'm looking forward to. Let's see. Quentin, you ask. I feel bad. Kyle is he lost his girlfriend. That makes me sad. Yeah. Oh Jesus. You talk about when I remember when that I read that comic. His girlfriend was in the damn refrigerator. Oh Jesus Christ. Ugh. That was not cool at all. Not cool, man. I'm getting tired of a fandom menace. Hmm. Um, life too short and being complaining all the time. Yeah, true. But you can also appreciate sometimes if they're complaining about stuff that it's 50-50 in my opinion. It's 50-50 because you're passionate about something and you know this studio's doing something wrong and you're like, now wait a minute. Now, why are you doing that? You know, like for example, there people are making a big deal, still making a big deal out of the fact that one, Chloe Bailey is playing Ariel, and now we have Yara Shadia, who's playing Tinkerbell in the in the Peter Pan movie. And for those people, they're idiots. They're dumb. They're nothing but racist bigots because to them they look at that and it's like, oh, that's wrong. There's no such thing. There can't be a black mermaid and a redhead. What are you stupid or something? Like, are you dumb? I got cousins that are black and got red hair, natural red hair. And you know where that comes from? Because they did their ancestry, and I know where it comes from. So it's like, are you stupid or something? But more importantly, than with Tinkerbell, it's the same thing. And what I even said, I was like, look, these are the same people that complain about that, but they're cool and they're praising Jonathan Majors as Kang or love Sam Jackson as Nick Fury, two known white characters in source material wise. And I said, and then somebody even said, man, if that's the case, then if they want to see a white Tinkerbell, go watch the animated movie or go watch the other movies. Yeah, the fact you thinking that's the problem, and it's like, no, it's not. Yes, do I agree? Yes, do I agree that Disney needs to maybe stop doing that all the time, taking known white characters and turning them into a non-white character to feel like they're having equality and yeah, I do, because if you're then you should just create an original character who is a person of color. You know, you want to change this, why don't y'all do the live action of the Princess and the Frog then? Why don't you do that? You know, but it just bothers me sometimes because it's like out of that parts, those are things that's like that is out of your control. You know, but you still want to complain about it, and then you use that stupid word woke when a lot of these people don't even know what that really means. They don't. They just throw it around and they don't know what it means. They do not. So, with that being said, yeah, it's ridiculous. Chloe Bailey as Ariel looked great. And then even Yara who playing Tinkerbell, I was like, she looks fine. Go watch my reaction. I was like, she looks fine. What's the problem with it? Nothing. Just think of it as a version of the character with a different coat of paint on it. It makes me wonder. It makes me wonder, and I said this even before. It makes me wonder if the Tinkerbell, or let's say if she was Latino, would they still feel the same way? If she was Asian, would you feel the same way? If they made her indigenous, made her Native American, would they feel the same? Because if not, then for all those people complaining, it's a specific color that y'all have a problem with. And if you do, then I just said it, what I just say. You're racist bigots and you're stupid. Grow up. Because at the end of the day, what I saw, and I looked at that, I go back to watching that reaction video of when they first revealed Ariel as in the live action, and I'm seeing all these little black girls basically crying and literally saying, she looks like me, mommy. That right there, that captured everything I needed to see. And I'm like, yeah, there you go. Perfect. But if you got people out here who are looking at it because basically looking at it from a point of view of, if it's not white, they ain't right. You're stupid. Moving on. Despite some questionable matchups, I'm becoming more and more interested in the WrestleMania card. Would you say the same? Uh, yeah. I mean, there are some that build are, especially there are a lot of things that are being built. Eventually, we're gonna see. Last night on Raw, was it Jay or Jimmy? Finally came back and turned on Sammy. It was about freaking time. I saw that coming a mile away, and if anybody didn't, you're blind. I saw that kick coming a mile away, and it was about time. Now the point is when will they pull the card on Kevin and realize he needs to stop being a jerk and realize that Sammy's right? And number two, he's all blaming Sammy and everything. But at the end of the day, Kevin, it's funny. Me and my brother told us, like, how many times have you betrayed him? You used your friendship with him to get what you want. When you first came into the dang company, you turned on him. NXT, go watch it. That power bomb on this, oh my God, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm looking. I think for us, hopefully this Friday, hopefully this is where Ray finally snaps and whoop his son's butt. Don't want to curse too much because you know how YouTube is now. You know, whip his butt because it's only too much. It's only so much y'all can constantly keep having Ray keep saying, he's my son. I can't do this. I can't do it. And the more he doesn't fight back or realize who the real alpha is, you're the father. Put him in his place. Yeah. More importantly, Edge and Balor probably is going to be a Hell in a Cell. If it is, that's perfect because that's usually the Hell in a Cell is where feuds come to an end. So Rhea versus Charlotte. Rhea better win. Charlotte better lose. Asuka versus Bianca. I think it's time for Bianca to lose. Love Bianca, but I think it's time. There's only so much, and I think Solomonster is right. A guy I listen to. Maybe it's time for her to turn heel again. Go back to being heel. They got the 6-woman tag. Trish, Lita. We figured that was going to happen. That's fine. John Cena last night murdered, euthanized Austin Theory last night. He took out the Glock and bacow. That was it. And you know what? I loved it. And more importantly, I can't disagree with anything he said because WWE has given me no sufficient reason to get behind Austin Theory, even as champion. Every time the way he has won, look at all the times he's kept the titles. They've all come under scrutiny. With Bobby Lashley, he was getting his ass beat. Who came out to interfere with Lashley? Brock. The Elimination Chamber. Who Seth had that match won? Who comes out? Who came out? Interfered, helped him win. So I love what John said. If you win, if you lose, you're done. If you beat me, Innocent, you're done too. I love that. He murdered him on that mic. And I've always said that is the problem when you have a dialed up Cena cutting a promo on you. You better beware because if you can't come back from it, you're dead. Austin Theory was dead the moment he should have just walked away. A dialed up Cena is not somebody you want to be around. I love where he said it. And he literally basically said, I love the fact that Cena cut that. So like, yeah, you're piped in, and WWE has gotten too comfortable with that. They have gotten ever since the pandemic era, the Thunderdome era, they have gotten too comfortable with the piped in crowd noise to give. No, it's pathetic. Then the only match I don't care for the Omos and Lesnar match. That's stupid. That's just pure stupid. It is stupid. And that's the only match where I really think that's Vince basically putting his foot down because Vince likes that them giant matches, and I don't care. I still think it's going to be a triple threat match or so, or maybe not for the Intercontinental title. And that's the one thing also you got to praise Triple H is that he has really put more emphasis on the secondary titles again. The Intercontinental title back in the day was one of my favorites. They had nearly some of the best matches going all the way back. And then all of a sudden, when Vince just stopped putting emphasis on those titles, it was ridiculous. But yes, WrestleMania has some matches. And of course, even Seth Rollins and Logan Paul. Any plans on getting the RE4? Yeah, I pre-ordered that a long time ago. It comes out on my birthday, actually. That will probably be the first game that I start streaming. Get my video game channel back to snuff. I'll probably be streaming that. I'm looking forward to that. But Capcom, but Capcom, I still want a remake of Code Veronica and Dino Crisis. Come on. How do you rank the Flashes? Well, I rank them. Let's see. So I grew up with Barry Allen, of course, and Jay Garrett. So if I'm going to say anything, Jay will come first. Always pay respects to Jay. He's the original. Barry next. Wally next. Bart, his short time as the Flash, is next. There you go. Those like the four. Caroline asks again, what what do you like about Kyle Rayner? Kyle Rayner is everything. He is just as creative as Hal, just as courageous as Hal, as John, and he does not get the credit that he deserves. He's the torchbearer. When Hal went crazy and nearly wiped out the Lantern Corps, who revived it? He did. Not Hal, not John, not Guy, Kyle. He is the true torchbearer. And I don't mind Hal or John. I like them a lot, but they are overexposed. Too overexposed that to the point, and when it comes to Green Lantern, that's what everybody wants to see. Everybody just wants to see those two instead of wanting to see the others. I'm not a big fan of Guy Gardner, but I give him credit where credit is due. Simon Boz, I enjoy. Um, Jessica Cruz, who was once Power Ring, she was a villain at one point, and then now they made her. I like her. The new Lantern Sojourner, I like her, but Kyle is my favorite Green Lantern. He always has been because he's more creative, and you got to also remember he's an artist at best. He's an artist so a Green Lantern who is an artist has more creativity than someone who is a former soldier and stuff like that. Go back and watch the Green Lantern movie for the Tomorrowverse. They just took John. They took Kyle's story and put John there. That's Kyle's story, not John Stewart's story. As soon as I saw that, I was pissed. I was like, yeah, nope. Gustin is a better Flash than Miller. I will agree, but I also want finally them to make a Flash who is, if you're going to go with Barry, I want a Barry Allen that's got blonde hair. You want to stay true to the source, then he needs to be blonde. That's one of the biggest problems I have with the Flashes, all the Flash live action, even Wesley Shipp. I'm like, where's the blonde hair? Like, look at me talking about blonde hair, but like I want to see a Flash that's blonde haired, not brunette. If you do Wally West, you better get a redhead. It's stuff like that. It's the little things that matter. But yes, I don't care for Ezra Miller. I never cared for him. I never cared for him. But when he was casted, I was like, why? I'm like, why is he the youngest of the Justice League? Sorry. I never cared for him. And then when he started getting in all that trouble, I'm like, this dude belongs in jail. Nope. What Baki would think of Ryu? Respect. That's what I think. Am I excited for Street Fighter 6? Yes, I am. People are going crazy for Cammy. And then, like, I get it. But don't, that's y'all, those people like that, they're being a little too thirsty. But yeah, Cammy deserves the spotlight. I mean, she is the princess of Street Fighter. And when I mean that, she is. She was the second female character in the franchise. We all bow to the queen, Chun Li. Bow to the princess, Cammy. Do you think some AEW matches are too long? Depends on the show. There are certain people I will always watch. Like I love Orange Cassidy, and Jim Cornette can go suck a lemon for not liking him. He knows how to dial in the comedy, but the dude can wrestle. Um, Out of the females, I love Willow Nightingale. I love her. Oh my god, I love her. I'm a big Abaddon fan, but she's never really on AEW. The Rampage, she's always on Dark, and it's like, yo, she can be so much more than what they. That's why I don't agree with the whole Tony Khan being the Booker of the Year. I'm like, no, he ain't, because he still don't know what to do. That was I still Ruby never should have turned. That was ridiculous. How much are you excited for Street Fighter 6? It's over 9,000. Mm, I really like your videos showcasing comics you helped back. I started backing comics and I'm starting to receive them in the mail. I'm thinking of showcasing them on my channel. As any tips? Be honest. Yeah, when you're kickstarting, if you become a Kickstarter or a Indigo backer, these are places where some creators they go to get their comics published, and they're great. It helps them a lot, and for me, it helps. It's great to contribute to getting the word out about them. I've had a lot of the creators and writers come to me, or I'll tweet them, or tell them, or they'll come on my channel and right there come out, thank you for this, and oh, you're welcome. Because I do support indie comics. I love supporting independent comics because at the end of the day, it's only if word gets out about them, then maybe a bigger publishing company will pick them up, and their comics will be able to get distributed further than just through like Kickstarter or something like that. Is great. I will. I always. There are certain. Excuse me. There are certain comics that that I still have to review, and there are some that I do keep track of, but then there's some that I just wait till they come out, in trade and just get the big trade. But just be honest. That's it. If you didn't like the book, or you're telling your side of it, like, well, I wasn't a real big fan of this. Just be real. Just that's what the creators want to hear. They want you to be honest. Don't suck up to them. Be honest. Every time I review something, one of the books that I would backed, I'm very honest. I'm like, yeah, I liked it a lot. This was great. Or I'll tell them, oh, I didn't really care for that. Like recently, I reviewed uh, Concrete Comics, the Watchmen, and the ending I wasn't really feeling. I even told the creator, I was like, really, I wish they didn't do that. And then he wrote me on Facebook saying, he said it had to go that way. You'll understand it in the next issue. I'm like, okay, fine, that's fine. You know, but the best thing to do, Will, is just to be honest. Just be honest. Yeah. Thoughts on the new Hellboy? Um, I'm gonna give it a shot. Um, I didn't necessarily hate David Harbour as the character, but then this goes back to fandoms. People are just so content with Ron Howard as that character. And I think people need to realize that Ron Howard is not getting any younger. And I understand it. Ron Howard spent most of his career in prosthetics and made a living out of it. So whenever we see Ron Howard outside of prosthetics, it's almost like, whoa, David Harbour was not bad as Hellboy. That movie just had problems from the get-go. Imagine the elite. Imagine this: the elite. The imagine this: Alita. You'll meet at Hot Rod, and she will say, "I want none of you after what you did to Optimus." Oh, I get it. That was funny. Mariam, what are your thoughts on Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima? Tsushima. Jin is great. I can't wait to the sequel. And I think they're also making a movie out of it as well. What Lantern Corps Thundercats would join? Again, it's not about what you would join. The ring chooses you. You don't choose the ring. The ring chooses you. A giant monster is going to attack. Attach? You wrote attach. You mean attack the city. Who would you choose to save you from it? The Hulk or Superman? Depends on the Hulk, but at the end of the day, you go with suits. While I agree with what you're saying, Nick Fury is white manly, but alternate comic was based. Yeah, that's true. He was, but still the point of it, there's still people that still never even saw will never read an ultimate comic. They never read the ultimate line. And even still, even if Brian Hitch never never drew ultimate Nick Fury looking like Sam Jackson, it'd probably be somebody else because he even talked about it. Sam Jackson is a big comic head. Many people know that. And he said it. He said, I knew Nick Fury. He was a white guy. He was a white guy. And when I went to a comic store one day, and I saw, and I said to myself, I said, wait a minute, that's me. That's sometimes my issue when artists they draw these characters looking like a celebrity. I remember asking one of my favorite artists, Mike Deodato Jr., why do you draw Norman Osborn looking like Tommy Lee Jones? You know what he said to me? He said, because I just thought he probably could play him. With all due respect, no. I could never see Tommy Lee Jones playing Norman Osborn. It just, yeah, you can say, well, he did Two-Face. And I'm like, yeah, but he was a wacky Two-Face. He wasn't really Two-Face. And that was just really bad casting anyway. No, I apologize, guys, for eating on camera, but I'm just hungry. So, what was the next one? How would you do a kaiju movie about from Norse mythology, and how big would you make him? You talking about the Furnace Wolf? He'd be big enough. We saw him in Thor Ragnarok. That was him. He's big enough. He shouldn't be that gigantic, but He shouldn't be. I mean, he should be big enough, but you don't want to go overboard. I don't think a full. I would care for that anyway in general. Um, but I love Norse mythology too, so I can't really tell how I would do it. Let's see. Do you think Kyle Rayner and Michelangelo friendship will be the same like Spider-Man and Okay, where did Michelangelo and Kyle Rayner come in? They never met. No, they would not. No, it would not be. There'd be nothing alike. They never even met. Um, Caroline, what would you say to each of the Batgirls? Um, for Babs, well done. Well done. You passed. Well done. Glad you're still around. You evolved. You evolved to what you are now. For for Helena Bertinelli, aka Huntress. Yes, she was Batgirl for a while once. I would say you work better as Huntress. For uh, Cassandra, you are probably the most dangerous Batgirl. For uh, for how am I? Stephanie Brown, uh, the role fit her the best. That role fits you the best. And for what is her name? I forget her name. She could teleport. Uh, you you're pretty good too. But it is what it is. Perry, how sad? How sad were you when Michael Jackson passed away? Very sad. I was at a barbecue that day when I heard it. Yujiro can beat a Luke Cage in a fight. Can Yujiro beat Luke Cage? Probably could. Uh, thank you and stay safe. You're welcome. Can why can't leave Michael alone? Who can't leave Michael alone? You're you're I'm trying not to be not a grammar hound. Read when you write, guys. Write slow and reread before you hit that. Read your own writing because I'm having trouble reading a lot of you guys' comments. This I don't mean to be a grammar hound, but yeah, fix your grammar, guys. What come books make you wait? What are you trying to say? What comic books make me laugh? Laugh out loud? Um, um, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something I can't remember. Oh, there's a book called Super. Where is it? Uh, where is it? Is it here? No, it's on the other side. It's on the other side of my room over there. It's like a satire comic, and but it's funny because one of the guys he's kind of supposed to be like the Hulk, but for him, it's not about him getting angry to turn into the other guy. He has to get drunk, and it was I was cracking up with that, and that made me laugh. It's called Super. It's a good book. Yeah, fix your grammar, guys. What up? Hey, Sean. Gunther, he like Kenta Kobayashi. He's. Are you trying to say Gunther is like Kenta Kobayashi? Not really. Outside of the chops, that's about it. And that chop, he doesn't rapid chop like Kenta Kobayashi does. That's why it's called the Kobayashi chops. It's chop, chop, chop. He no. Gunther hit you once, you're down. That's it. Have you seen the? I just talked about that already, Sean. Um, Warwick, I am doing a premiere of a Let's Play on Saturday. Any tips? What are you playing? Yes, tell me what are you playing, dude? I like to know. I like to know what are you playing. Uh, Tell me what you're playing. I like to. I like to know. So yeah, let me know. Tell me what you're playing, and so I. Uh, Other than Black Batman and Nightwing, what DC heroes would Kingpin clash with? Green Arrow. Thank you. um, Many of the Bat family, I can see him with Jason, but Green Arrow with Birds of Prey, Black Lightning. Yeah, there's a couple. maybe even, maybe even a lot of the like a lot of the mobsters. Kingpin is taking over. Um, Marion. That's what I'm looking at. Marion. How do you think Lois Lane's character would have changed if Superman never came back from the dead after his battle with Doomsday? She would have mourned him. I heard his. She would have mourned Clark. Um, it probably would have. It probably would have affected her a little bit. She probably would have really, in my opinion, I think her losing Clark that day, she would have really, she wouldn't have been able to really show her emotions a lot. Right? She would probably just become a workaholic. Like put all her time into her job as a reporter and never letting herself love somebody again or something like that. I could see that happening, But Lois is strong enough that she would find means of you know moving on, but stay and keep him in. But at the end of the day, it's Superman. You know damn well they ain't gonna kill Superman off for good. DC doesn't have the balls to do that. They don't have the balls. And the thing about it is, people keep forgetting that he killed Dark's Doomsday. Doomsday died too. So, but and that's all. And that's the other thing about why I'm not a big Doomsday fan, because that's all he's known for. That's all he's ever known for. There's not after that, nothing else. Doomsday is just the guy. Is just the guy who did the unthinkable, supposedly unthinkable, and that's it. It's like Onslaught. What else is Onslaught good for? Nothing. Nothing. Quentin, if I make the Green Lantern storyline, the main character will be Kyle. It was Kyle for a while, but until they brought Hal Jordan back. Kyle gets no respect, man. His own company, like just dogs this dude. I'm not even joking about that. That's legit. He always gets pushed to the side. Did you hear that Patty Jenkins Star Wars movie got canceled? Yeah, I heard something about it. I hate hearing about wrestlers dying in the ring. Well, I mean, the only one I can remember is Owen. But the life of a wrestler is tough, especially those wrestlers from back in the day. I watched the video. The kids were talking to a luchador. For anybody who doesn't know what a luchador is, that's wrestling in Mexico. Luchador, lucha libre, wearing mask. The mask is sacred. And this guy said, they asked him like, "Will you wrestle forever?" He said, "Yes, forever." He said, "I will die in the ring." I was like, "Dude, you cannot be saying that to kids like that." No. Who's your favorite Flash villain and why? Captain Cold. I love Captain Cold. Captain Cold is different from all the other villains. Why? He has a moral code. He doesn't kill women. He doesn't kill children. He doesn't do all that stuff. He does have a moral code. But when he did, I remember when the Rogues killed Bart Allen. I said Bart had a short-lived term as the Flash. When they found out that he was a kid, he was just Bart Allen, they flipped out, especially Captain Cold. He was like, "Oh my God, we killed the kid." And when Barry came back, that was the worst beating I seen Barry put on the Rogues ever. And I was like, Bart is Barry's grandson. Right. So, grandson? No. Yeah, his grandson. Bart Allen Impulse is Barry's grandson, not his son. Let's see. Where's next? Yeah, see that putting that slow mode, that 8-second mode is helping. So because I know I'll be missing questions. We need Superman and the Flash, Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Justice Society, just a dark video game. Yeah, I wouldn't mind another Superman game. It's just I don't know. They don't know how to do Superman right. I don't. Green Arrow would be great. I would love a Green Arrow game. I mean, you could do a Superman game. You could do like a Telltale game for now. Start off with that. Telltale is back. They are coming back. So yeah. Green Lantern game, Justice Society. I kind of when it comes to teams, it's hard because it's like, okay, Justice Society is so big. Like, who are you going to put in that game? There are so many characters that are part of the Justice Society, and I love the JSA more than the JLA. Somebody asked me that once before. So, like if I was in the DC universe, would I join? And I was a metahuman or so, and would I join the JLA or the JSA? I said, easy, JSA. Guys, somebody said to me, why? A person who asked me that question said, why? Why would you be with them? Veterans. Veterans. The Justice Society is all about training the next generation. I can learn more from them than the Justice League to a degree. And you want more proof? When Black Lightning had his youngest daughter, Jennifer, when her powers finally kicked in, he didn't send her to the Justice League. He sent her to the JLA to learn from them. That says a lot. And Lightning learned a lot too. Excuse me. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4 is official. Yeah, that shocked the hell out of me. I was like, what? But yeah, that's cool. That's cool indeed. I don't know why they keep calling it Z. They should take the Z out, just call it something else. Could we possibly see the milestone characters get the movie treatment? Yeah, Static is coming. Static's still coming. All right, for a fact, Static is still coming. So what better milestone character right now? Static is basically the face of the milestone characters. It's not Icon, it's not Rocket, it's not Hardware, Blood Society. No, it's Static. And as far as I'm concerned, they do a Static movie. I know the perfect actor to play Virgil Hawkins. And in my opinion, it is Caleb from Stranger Things. He's perfect for that role. Out of all the Stranger Things kids, he's the only one that really doesn't get like a lot of, you don't see him a lot. You don't see spotlight on him. And that's sad because he's really damn good. What's your opinion on the Star Sapphires? They're fine. You know, all the other cores are the cores are great. You know, I like the fact that they all represent a different emotion. Their love, and sometimes they can be kind of crazy because love will make you do crazy things. And before they even really acknowledged that that's what the Star Star, she was always a villain. She was a villain. The ones that intrigue me the most is probably the Indigo tribe, because when they finally realize what the Indigo tribe were, that was like, whoa, compassion. But it's just like, but wait a minute, they're all known criminals and stuff. It was like, whoa, there's only one Orange Lantern. There's only, Red Lanterns, to me, need to be showcased in the Green Lantern movie. I mean, they all do, but you definitely want to see how they would do Atrocitus in that. All right, would they get a guy? Would he be CGI, or would he be a mixture of CGI and practical effects? Your rage. Why did Guy Gardner become a Red Lantern? I forgot why it happened. I think somebody had died, or I can't remember. What's your reaction when Kyle Rayner's girlfriend was stuffed? I don't talk about that too much. That was so graphic. Oh, Jesus Christ. Who's crazier? Yamazaki or Vega? Well, Vega's not crazy. Vega's not crazy. He's just vain. He's just vain. He's every for him. He's prettier while you're not. He's just vain about it. Yamazaki is kind of out there, but yeah, Vega's not that vain. He's not crazy. He's very sane up there. Who who you who you favorite? What are you trying to say, Sean? Who's your favorite Marvel and Spider-Man comic video games? What you mean? What are my favorite? That's what you should have put. Again, I'm not trying to be a grammar hound, guys, but anyway, mostly all the Spider-Man games I love. The Arkham games are great. That's Batman. Um, uh, I still need to finish the Guardians in the Galaxy game. I have the Telltale game. I need to finish that. Um, yeah, pretty much it. I did like the Wolverine Revenge game. That was fun. That was the Wolverine game where Mark Hamill voiced Wolverine in that. And then they did the X-Men Wolverine Origin game. That was fun too. That that game is where, in my opinion, he actually felt like Wolverine. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. You know, he was jumping across the others like, oh, that's great. Um, the Thor game sucked. The Captain America, I don't know how y'all screwed that up too. Captain America should have been easy to do. The Captain America game should have been similar like Metal Gear Solid. You just kind of messed that up. Even Iron Man's game should have been that way too. Um, but mostly it comes down to Spider-Man games. I mean, you can see one of them back there right now. That was a Spider-Man game for Dreamcast. That game is fun. I love the Hulk game too. The Ultimate Destruction. There's a couple other ones that I liked from back in the day. I loved the Avengers game, the beat 'em up Avengers game from Data East. That was the one that had Cap, Iron Man, White Vision, Hawkeye, and Quicksilver would run in whenever you needed energy, and you get it like, "Thanks, Quicksilver." That shit was great. That was great. I remember that. Yeah. So yeah, there's a bunch of them. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Hi, Andre. What would Manchester Black think about Captain America, Steve Rogers? It's kind of the same thing he thinks about Superman. What voice do you hear in Transformers comics? When I read them, the original cast. I hope we get Brainiac in a Superman and Superman. The Yeah, I hope it is super. I hope James Gunn does go with Brainiac. Because I am tired of Zod. I'm tired of Lex in a general sense. They don't put no emphasis on any other villains, any other Superman villains. Like you could do a movie centered around Metallic or Silver Banshee or Brainiac. Brainiac is a must. I'm sorry, he is a must. Or another one of my favorite Superman villains, Parasite. Love Parasite. What's a trope in comics? You evil Superman. I am sick of it. I am done with that. Evil Superman is done. I am so done with that. I am done with seeing the evil version of the Man of Steel. Once Injustice came out, they just hoard that idea to the ground. Now, I'm not just talking about for DC. I'm talking about for any other comic. You look at it now, it's like there's always some kind of evil Superman. It's boring now. It's boring because at the end of the day, even Tom Taylor, who wrote the Injustice comic books, even said when he looks back on it, he he doesn't look at it kind of at that fondly anymore. He says it. He says even if that did happen, and I agreed wholeheartedly with Tom Taylor. He said Superman would have never done that. Superman would have never became a dictator like that. Because at the end of the day, it's like he would have kept going in honor of Lois and his unborn child. He would have never, even Wonder Woman would have never done the stuff she did. It was there are some parts you got to look at it. You're like that. Yeah, they wouldn't have done that. That doesn't make any sense. Why would she? Why would he? Or why would she? No. It was there. That was not the case. Where was I? Oh, me personally, I kind of just want Superman Legacy to be a fun slice of life for me. I can understand that. Andre, also, what do you think about the latest Lazarus Planet event over at DC? Haven't read it, and I might not read it until it come out on trade. I don't read a lot of DC books as it is. I read a lot of DC books in trade. The only books that I do read in single issues are World's Finest, which is Batman, Superman, Nightwing, and that's about it. Actually, when Mark Wade's Captain Marvel book come out, we'll be reading that, and he's going to be called the Captain now. He's not going to be you know what good. But everything else I just read in trade. So you name it, I read everything in trade. Reading in trade is better for me, especially with with DC because I don't have a lot of DC books as I read. Um, is Iris West dead? Yeah, I think she is. She died. Keeping up a little bit, keeping up what's going on in the Flash comics. Yeah, I think Iris died, and Barry is, and I think he was going to propose to her, and messed up. Uh, who owns the rights to Hellboy in comics? Dark Horse. Hellboy's always been a Dark Horse comic. Yeah, see, Perry even put it Dark Horse. So, how would you personally write a Thor comic within the DC universe? Um, if I wrote a Thor comic, he would probably be more like the Thor of mythology and not the Thor of Marvel. So in mythology, he was a lot different. But basically, yeah, that's kind of how I'd write it. Like, for example, he would be redhead, not blonde. Is it true Peter Parker wasn't right in the head for a while after Gwen Stacy and did it hurt to see him like that? Um yeah, Peter was a little messed up. I mean, there were times he imagine being messed up, and you have the strength of Spider-Man, and you're not pulling your punches. That's why MJ became a big part of him. They were just friends, and that friendship molded into something more. Yeah, Marvel, I'm talking to you. And yeah, and we all know where that went from there. They got married, and the marriage in my mind is still there. I don't care what they do, stupids. Um, Darkest Hour, a Heart of Iron game with the Kaiser mode. Okay, what is that? Is that some kind of Warhammer? Because I don't play Warhammer. How excited are you to see Swamp Thing? That's what I'm very excited for. I'm a big Swamp Thing fan, so yeah, very happy to see. And they saying it's going to be more horror elements. Perfect, perfect. What moments in the Ghost of Tsushima game was emotionally hard for you? Uh, there was a couple of them. There's so many. Uh, when Yuna saying goodbye to her brother, and that was tough. Uh, he died, and Khan was just there gloating it in Jin's face. Um, Even a sense where you fight your sensei at one point, and you could kill him or not, and I never killed him. I didn't kill him. I couldn't do that. That was tough. Uh, can you do Dragon Ball Z fan cast? Can you? No, I ain't doing that. I ain't fan casting no Dragon Ball game, no movie. Hell no. Because I don't. I Dragon Ball to me is an anime that I don't think fan casting. I don't think like should work. Can't work live action. Not at all. It just doesn't work. Would you like more Tim Drake or Kyle Rayner? For me, I like both. But if I'm going to be honest, Tim gets credit. Tim right now has his own series. Kyle won't have shit. Jonathan Majors as John Henry Iron Steel. Yes or no? I could dig it. He's a good actor, man. He's just too good. I could dig it. I could see him as Steel if he wasn't already with Marvel. Uh, but sorry. Wait, I thought Kyle's dad was Mexican and his mom was Irish. No, it's his. Wait, let me make sure. It's his. Is it? Is his dad Mexican? And his mom is. Hold on. Let's make sure again. But he is. He's half Mexican, half Irish. So let's see. We're gonna look this up right now. All right. Here we go. Hold on. Oops. Gotta make sure. I want to make sure because it's sometimes hard to keep up with Kyle's ethnicity. That's the problem sometimes. And okay. Okay. Yes, his mother's Irish. His mother is Irish, and his father was a Mexican American CIA agent. Correct. Called Gabriel called Gabriel Vasquez, but he used an alias called Aaron Wright, Aaron Aaron Rayner. That was his cover. There you go. Yes, so correct. His mom is Irish. His father is Mexican. But didn't I say that before? I could be wrong. Uh, but yes. But yes, he does represent. Yes, no matter what, he does represent the Latino community. He is, he represents that. So whenever they do Spanish Heritage Month and stuff for DC, yeah, you see him there. He belongs there. St. Patty's Day is coming up, so yeah, he would be there too. If you, let's see, Angel Garcia. With the Super Mario Brothers coming out next month, do you think we'll get more movies based on other Nintendo characters like Legend of Zelda, Metroid, Kirby that would ultimately lead to a Super Smash Brothers movie? I don't care about a Super Smash Brothers movie. If they give me a Legend of Zelda movie, I can die happy. Or Metroid. Anything else is gravy. On the topic of revenge, what do you think happens to those that get denied their revenge whenever the ones they're going after die? For example, natural causes or someone else beats them to it. Let's see, something that's happened before. Um, I think that happened to Batman. Actually, he never got Joe Chill. He never got Joe Chill, the man who killed his parents. And I think when he finally found him, he died. He was dead, or he was just elderly, and it was just like, what's the point? So, in that kind of sense, there you go. Why hasn't Marvel sued DC for Red Lion? Uh, Probably out of respect to Christopher Priest, because that's who I guess created him, and Christopher Priest worked for Marvel and did a hell of a job with the Black Panther. But I mean, you could clearly see Red Lion was just Black Panther, just red, and it was just like you. I mean, you go look it up. You Google it right now, and you like it's just Black Panther red. It was just ridiculous. I laughed though. I actually laughed at it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious. How would you do another Hulk game? For me, I like to see elements of the Immortal Hulk. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, Hulk elements of the Immortal Hulk, but uh, outside of just smashing everything, I'd like to see that or something like that. So I came up with a new 10-year-old Manaski kid superhero named Daniela Kong, aka Captain Sweetie, who gains uh, Captain Marvel like powers whenever she eats her mad scientist mom's smart cookies. That's interesting. Okay, that's funny. That's interesting. I like that. Angel, even though we don't like him as the mascot, what is your favorite Mario game? Mine is Mario Galaxy. P.S. I love both Mario and Luigi equally. I don't care if who is better. They're both awesome. Yeah, Mario. I like Mario. I don't care who is better. Oh, Mario and Link. I thought I said Luigi. Well, you kind of messed up when you said that equally nonsense. You should have kept that to yourself. So I'm not going to answer your question anymore. Forget you, Angel. Get out of my. No, I'm just with you. No. uh, my favorite Mario game, old school, Super Mario Brothers 3. I love that game. Still have it too. That's my favorite Mario game. Still my all-time favorite Mario game. Mario Brothers 3. Super Mario Brothers 3. However, the whole Link situation, well, Link can run circles around the plumber. Ain't nobody telling me any differently. And as far as I'm concerned, Link is the true mascot of Nintendo Mario. As I said before, and I will say it always, you know, Link always be there to defend Hyrule. Mario, it depends. Zelda is the true princess. Princess Peach is the most damn. I find it so weird that this woman, as much as her kingdom is, she's so powerful with her kingdom, she has not hired like better people to keep her safe. Because and then also it's like, what does Bowser really want from her? Bowser goes after this girl. It's like, does Bowser want to get into some? He wants some human puh? I don't know what it is. It's just like, or in the case, it's like, why don't she be like Daisy, learn how to scrap? Like, or like I said, Zelda is no damsel in distress. Zelda can fight. She can fight. Yes, she calls for Link to help protect Hyrule, but she's out there also to help. Like, I can't stand Princess Peach. I don't. She's like the ultimate. This is a point of me one time. I even said Meryl should just leave her. Just like, you know what? I'm done. Like, that's why I love the shorts Angry Mario, because those are so funny, and they make me like, you know what? That kind of sums up a little bit how I look at Mario. Like, if I have to climb over one more, or if to jump and save your stupid, I'm like, that cracks me up. Angry Mario was funny. That cracks me up. If you want to fight somebody, go find my read. That's just funny. Um, well, they name drop the Legion of Superheroes in the Booster Gold series. Well, it depends, because Booster is from the 25th century, Legion is from the 31st. Yeah, the Legion is from the 31st century. The Booster is from the 25th century. This is my top three favorite anti-hero heroes. Number one, Spawn. Number two, Black Adam. Number three, Moon Knight. Don't look at Moon Knight as an anti-hero. I don't look at him as a anti-hero. He's not. He's not an anti-hero. It's your list. That's nice, but Moon Knight's not an anti-hero. Hey, Chris. What's up, Nathan? Thoughts on the Arrow family? I love the Arrow family. What's up? I'm good. Like, I said that I'm good. Did you wash? Did I wash the Winnie the Pooh movie? Guys, grammar, man. Come on, man. Like, you mean did I watch? No, and I'm not going to. I don't care for that. Are you keeping up with March Madness basketball? Who do you think? Not really. I'm not. Don't really have that much time for it as much. So, which highly obscure DC hero is your personal favorite? Plastic Man. Favorite thing about Peter and MJ's relationship? They're always there for each other. They're MJ, no matter what. No matter everything that she has seen, she don't run from it. She goes forward. Back in the day, yeah, but now it's like, she don't look at that stuff like that. Excuse me. In a grand strategy game, it's a grand strategy game set in an alternate universe, alternate history set where Central Powers win World War I. Whoa. Oh shoot. Okay. Will Ted Cord be in the Booster Gold series? He's going to be in the Ted Cord's going to be in the Blue Beetle movie, so he'll be there. I don't know about Booster Gold. Uh, how would you? How would you? How would do you? What? Hey, how how would do you think those closest to Peter will react to him becoming a darker, more aggressive character after Gwen's death, but not to the point where he's killing people? Go read Spider. There's a story about that where he has the symbiote and he just kills a couple of people. He kills a couple of villains. Some of his villains. You'll go, yeah, and you read that, you'll see. But to where Peter's putting a lot of criminals, his faces. Okay, yeah, like I said, I want a Spiral animated movie. Okay. This is my voice casting for Zelda. Zendaya. She's got a good voice. I think she would be a good Zelda. Voice? Yeah, she could, but I have somebody better to play it. I have somebody else that could play it. Thoughts on Tiger Lily and Peter Pan? Great. I definitely got her a real Native American playing it. That was perfect. I would have been even pissed if they didn't. Like you don't play with that. Your Take your voice cast for Waluigi and Wario. The original actors. Like you don't need to get a. That's one of the problems I hate with that. Or what I don't like about voice acting in movies is that, especially when you already have the iconic voices that play these characters for so long, just hire them instead of you hiring an actor to play them. Like I don't understand why for Mario why they just couldn't have the original guy play his voice instead of you get Chris Chris Pratt. Why? And even still, Jack Black, who plays Bowser, sounds just like Bowser. At least he's staying true to the like. Good God. Um, I understand what you mean with Princess Peach, but with the movie coming out, it seems like she'll help out once, maybe. We'll see. Hey, Chris, what are your thoughts on the upcoming the Turtles versus Street Fighter comic? I'm looking forward to that. And what did you think about the what do you think about the turtles learning key powers like that'd be fine. I mean, it's not like they couldn't do it. They trained to do it. Favorite Zelda game, Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild was good. That was good. I want Super Smash Brothers. What? I want I want Super Smash Brothers just so I can see Mario, Link, and yeah. But that's the thing. It's like it that to me just seems weird because if you're gonna do that, ultimately it's like then what are you doing it for? You're just doing it to cross over the characters. Like that's just kind of weird to me. It's like if you're just trying to make a and like almost like a multiverse movie. To me, they need to stand on their own by themselves and not lean on each other in a sense. But if they did do a cross, it's going to be a reason. Then it's also, what's the purpose of them coming? See, you're forgetting that. What's the purpose of them all coming together? There's got to be a reason for that. Just throwing them in a movie, just that doesn't solve anything. That's just like, oh, yeah, but why are they coming together? Why? Top 5 villains you want to see in Guns Run. Brainiac, uh, Mongol, uh, um, mm, oh, Trigon. I'd love to see Trigon up in there. Like, uh, mm, oh my God, what is his name? I'm forgetting his name right now. Oh Jesus, what is his name? Oh Jesus, he's purple. He's got a fin. Oh Jesus, what is his name? I'm forgetting his name. I'm not forgetting this dude's name. There's a couple. Those are some of them. I'm bugging on the names right now. Who do you love most in the Arrow family? Canary. Uh, Ron Pro will always be Hellboy to me. And there you go. Didn't I just what did I just say? There you go. Uh, how dare you disrespect Mario? Because yeah, I mean, yeah, Mario can suck a lemon, as I said before. That plumber. Can't. I think Jack Black in the Mario movie will steal the show, and that's what I think. He's going to be better than every other voice actor in there because at the same, once again, Jack Black is he's he's staying true to Bowser, and even in the game, Bowser don't talk, but here, even when you hear Black talk, he's got a gruff to him. He's like, "Roar," like it was like I'm like, that's Bowser. What did you think of the old school Mario Brothers movie? Oh Jesus Christ! Oh my God! I don't know what that was. Even at the young age, I was like 10 when that came out. I was like, that is not Mario Brothers. I don't know what that was. They used Daisy instead of Peach. I was like, wow. I don't know why Dennis Hopper was in that. I was like, and the late Bob Hoskins was Mario, and John Leguizamo was Luigi. I'm looking at that like, okay, yeah, I'm supposed to buy their brothers. That did not look right to me. Rest in peace, Bob Hoskins. Though I'm not even going. Do you think skips from regular show would beat your Jiro? Hell no, no. Uh, if they make a Zelda movie and it should be a grand epic adventure. Yeah, in a sense, yes. You see, if you ever watched any of you guys watched the movie Legend with Tom Cruise, That's one of my favorite Ridley Scott movies, actually. That's kind of how Zelda movie should be. That is exactly because that what that was basically Legend of Zelda. That's all. That's kind of all Tom Cruise was. His version of his Jack was just was Zelda. It was Link in a sense. But I would love to see a Legend of Zelda movie. I'd love to see who they would get to play Ganondorf. Um, who they would get to play Zelda. At one point in mind, I was always looking at Emma Stone as Zelda. Uh, um, but now I could see somebody like Millie Bobby Brown playing her. Um, as for Zelda, as for Link, that's a bit tougher because it depends on how old would I want Link to be. Like would I want him to be in his 20s or younger or a grown man. Every time we see these and they do this crap every around April. They do it every year, and it pisses me off when they do these trailers, and then it turns out to be a April's Fool joke, and I get PO'd because that shit ain't funny to me. I'm like, stop playing with my emotions. Don't do that. Stop. Like, don't do that. That's not funny. I find nothing funny about it. I find nothing funny about it. They've done this all the time, and they do it every year, almost every year. Legend of Zelda. And I'm like, stop playing with me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. You know, the biggest thing about the movie would be we actually would hear Link talk. Could you imagine a movie where he don't talk? I'd be funny as hell. And he just make noises, like, but still, like, no, nothing gets you pumped up from that music. Bump, oh my god! I've downloaded a video, a song on iTunes. I think you can find it here on YouTube as well. It's a remix of the Legend of Zelda. It is so crazy. I love it. What is your favorite? There you go. One of my favorite video game themes is the Legend of Zelda. I love that theme. That it just gets me pumped. Do you still want to get the Triforce tattoo? Yes, I do. I'm just trying to figure out where I would want it, but the Triforce symbol would be on me. What's your favorite incarnation of Princess Zelda and why? Older Princess Zelda has always been my favorite. The one that looks just, but she's also got that when she puts on chic, and I'm like, yeah, that's badass to me. On the topic of Legend of Zelda, my favorite is Ocarina of Time. That is a good one too. That is one of my favorite games ever too. Good, that's a good choice. What if Link and Samurai Jack? What if Link and Samurai Jack they each different villains? Wait, what? Quentin, what are you trying to say? What if Link and Samurai Jack they witch different villains? I fix that, please. I don't know what you're trying to say. The purple man from Despero. Thank you, Marion. That's what I'm trying to remember. There you go. Despero, the real Despero. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. I couldn't remember his name for hell of me off the top of my head. Thoughts on a Mortal Kombat 12? Yeah, not shocked that it's not coming out, but I'm happy it's coming out. But it makes me wonder if this 12 is finally going to be the final. The is 12 going to be the game where Ed Boon finally does what he was planning on doing when they in I believe 8 or 9 or one a whole relaunching of characters. Like all the original characters would have been killed off, and it would have been a whole new game. Um, I'm looking more for the story. I know everybody wants to, who's going to be the DLCs, man? Forget the DLC stuff right now. It's more importantly is like what's the story gonna be? And if you played the last game and you played the last DLC, it makes me wonder will they take that notion where where it's now Fire Lord, Fire God, Liu Kang, and teaching. As you saw, he went back in time and he made his presence with the great Kung Lao, the descendant of Kung Lao, and basically, what if everything goes differently in a sense? And that's the thing right there. I'm looking at it from that point of view. I'm like, okay, what if he trains the great Kung Lao? The great Kung Lao defeats Goro in the first Mortal Kombat tournament, and where do you go from there? Like, will things change? Will Liu Kang pull a quantum leap and right the wrongs that were and right the wrongs? Like, for example, like I said, if it wasn't for Goro beating the great Kung Lao in the first, and them going on to win Outwar, going on to win all those other tournaments, how would it have turned out? Same thing with with Scorpion. Like, if Hanzo never, if Quan Chi never killed his clan, he never would have become the Ninja Spectre Scorpion. How would that be? What if they could go a whole different, like, what if the Lin Kuei and the Shirai Ryu become like almost like a brotherhood together, like they're allies, eternal allies? There are things that I'm wondering about this next one. What will they do? Will it be just full of new characters? I don't mind introducing new characters, but still, the whole concept of the game, you're still going to have to sell it to people to buy this game. And no matter what, you can give a picture of Scorpion to a 3-year-old and they'll know what that is. They'll know, get over here. He is too popular to just forget. That's the problem I'm seeing with if Ed Boon wants to go that route, because he's talked about it. He said many times there was 9 was going to be the last game that had all the familiar characters. It was going to be, so that scene where we see Sindel wiping everybody out, that was almost supposed to happen, where she killed everybody. I mean, she did. She went through everybody but no. And I still have issues with, like, I don't like the fact that they made Sindel, she was always evil. No, she wasn't. She was never always evil. Like that, I still don't. I'm not a big fan of that. That bothered me a big time. I was like, why you do that? Like, basically saying that she was always a piece of crap. Yeah, no, that didn't make sense. I hated that. Uh, why do you like Princess Daisy more than Princess Daisy's a G? Because Bowser don't fuck with her. Bowser, no, Princess Peach is a boss. She will whoop your ass real quick. Like, she is 4 times got more cojones than Peach. Daisy, no joke. Daisy is no joke. To be in the old Mario must have owned someone a favor. Yeah, I always looked at that. I mean, don't get me wrong, Dennis Hopper has done some weird movies, but the director, or maybe he's like, hey, can you do this? And whatever, you can get the residuals. And I don't know, it just was weird to me. I was just like, that's supposed to be Bowser. It was like, or Cooper. I was like, nah. I didn't like the Mushroom Kingdom. It looked too uh just too apocalyptic. I was like, that nah. What stories would you like to see in Avatar Last Airbender universe? Well, it pretty much got everything. I mean, The only thing I didn't, or what I want to see is what their life were like when they were older. We never got to see that. We got bits and pieces of it in Korra, but never anything fully. Like we never really got to truly see an adult Aang as the Avatar. I wanted to see that. Like how good was he as an adult? We never got to see that, but we will be soon. So yeah. What Marvel characters do you see joining Checkmate? It's Tony Stark, Reed Richards, pretty much the entire Illuminati. There you go. Do you think Link will try to pick up Thor's hammer? Could he? Yes, I think he could. I think Link would be worth. I think Mjolnir would find Link worthy to pick him up. If you were if you were to a if you were to a Legend of Zelda movie, would you use elements of Ocarina? If I was to make a Legend of Zelda, I would start. If I did a Legend of Zelda movie, I'm starting with the original game. That's you start the elements right there first. It all started with that first game. Start with that. Hey Chris, what's your opinion on a new Tmnt? This is from Mike Knight Hero. I talked about it earlier, Mike. But anybody who's just coming in, I don't mind it too much. I like the art style of it's kind of very comic book like. My issues with it is like I don't like Mikey with the braces. I don't think Donnie needs the glasses. I mean that's just stereotyping him right there. It's just complete stereotypes. I don't like that. It makes me wonder: is Shredder going to be in this movie or not, or are they going to have it more about the Utroms? Because Maya Rudolph is playing somebody in that. I think she's playing an Utrom. I'm like, okay, but yeah, I'm okay with it. It is what it is. Um, I'm the same with Veronica Taylor as Ash Ketchum. Yeah, I like hers. I will say this. I'm not the I'm kind of giving up on, but yeah, Veronica Taylor was the Ash. She or Satoshi, which is his real name. You know, yeah, they're gonna move on from Ash, but to me, it's just like I he's I watched him guest star, come back, he guest, and he's gonna be still that kid. I'm like, this, no man. I want to see a Lobo Mortal Kombat. See, there you go. Everybody wants to see. What the DLCs like. You know, get Lobo right now. Like I just want the cast. I just want to know what the cast is going to be. They can worry about trailers for DLCs later. Who do you want in Tekken 8? I'm glad Law is back. Pretty much everybody's going to be back. It's not even a question of who's not going to be in it. They're all coming back. They're all coming back. My favorite is Horang, and if they don't have Horang in it, I'll be a little picked off for that. Well, he's going to be back there. It's not a question of who I want. It's just when they're going to show them. And so far, everybody looks great. There's even a board a level Times Square. They're fighting in Times Square. A New Yorker knows Times Square, and that was Times Square. There, you could see. I'm like, yep, that's Times Square. Uh, Also, if I had to choose a new mascot, okay, yeah, Link. Samus would also be good because she's the first lady. To me, she's the true first lady of Nintendo. Um, she's the true. And what I mean by that, meaning she's the first character, female character, to have a Nintendo character have her own game. Nobody knew that was a man. Everybody thought that was a man in that armor until it comes off and you see it's a female. I was like, whoa, okay. I would love Metroid, a Metroid movie. And it's not like they couldn't do it either. It's like you could do it, and it could be live action. There are several actresses I could see playing Samus Aran. Yeah, she's tall too. Like the armor makes her taller, but Samus is a tall woman in general. But yeah, it's like it'd be great to see like Ridley and all of them. Like that'd be great. I would love that shit. Um, if you did a Metroid movie, would you have the villain? Who would you have for the first villain? Ridley. The hell, Ridley. That's it. Start with the original Ridley. So here's some Captain Sweetie villain. Queen Marilyn. Okay. The Martian magician, Marto, the living brain. Oh my God. Dr. Martin Hall, the Twister, Robert Bobby Saunders, and Ellison Blake, Evil Boy Genius. Those are cool names. I like those. Very cool. Speaking of which, who should play Samus in a movie? I'm leaning towards Brie Larson and Charlize Theron. There's others. There are others that could play her. Uh, there are others. I don't want to typecast Brie, and I don't want to typecast uh, Charlize because I don't want. For me, if I'm going, I don't want Samus being older than she is. I don't. I mean, don't get me wrong. Charlize can throw down, and she's not even 50 yet. But for me, I would want an actress that's in her early 20s, late 20s, early 30s. But there's a bunch of actors I can see playing actresses playing that character. Did you hear John Burnoff is returning? Yes, I did. I just put that up. John Burnoff is coming back as Punisher in Daredevil Born Again. The Punisher is coming to the MCU. And I remember there were a lot of people saying it just won't work. So to all those people that were saying that, how's that crow tasting now? Because he's coming. I am so happy for that. I read that. I read that on the Hollywood Reporter. I was like, yes. Which DC hero do you think deserves their own animated series? There's too many, Caroline. There's just too many. That's not even a. Why was Negan in Tekken 7? I don't know. That's a DLC character. Why was forgetting the main character from Final Fantasy 15? He was in it. It's just what are you excited for? Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, or Spider-Man 2? Oh, if I'm going, I'm definitely going Spider-Man 2. He's right behind me. You can see him up there. Also with the homie Rock. Or for everybody who don't know, yeah, that's Mega Man. And Bruce is up there too, Bruce Lee. Wait, what? No, I did that question already. I did that. I done did that. I done. Bye. Woo-oo. Somebody sent me a message. That was my tablet going off. Yeah, if you guys keep hearing like some owl making a noise, my tablet going ooh when somebody sends me something or I get a message from something. Because I was getting tired of the other. I like it. Ooh, it's kind of cool. Ooh. What was that? In my opinion, I think Samus Aran is the most beautiful fictional character ever, not just for her looks, but for her skills and determination. She is my number one fictional crush of all time. Interesting. She's not mine. There's other women, fictional women that beat her out. Number one. I mean, one particular is the Queen Chung Li. There you go, right there. She got legs and she know how to use them. Do you think The Legend of Zelda should get a comic series? There's a manga. Go read it. It's good. I like it. Would you cast Zelda Williams in a Zelda movie? Yes, I would. I would. I would cast her in a movie. And to honor her father, yes. Because for everybody who doesn't know, that's where Zelda got her name from. Robin Williams, rest in peace, was a huge Legend of Zelda fan, and that's where he named his daughter after Zelda. I would name a future daughter of mine. If I had a daughter, she would have that name too. I would give her that name, Zelda. I like that name. I've actually told people a lot of like, what if I had a daughter, what would be names? Zelda's up there. I would name one of my daughters Aurora, named after Storm. I'm like, yeah, that's my daughter Aurora. Like I like that name, and that's a real name. It's not made up. Um, there's a lot of names I would call if I. Hopefully, I have kids and I'll name them that. Like, yeah. If like I said before, I remember somebody asked me, Chris, if you had twins, what would you name them? Link and Zelda. I'm not even joking about that. Like, the baby mother would not have a say in it. I was like, they was like, so what are the names? The boy's name is Link. The girl's name is Zelda. I look at her and like, don't even argue. That's their names. Write it. Birth certificate right now. Don't even. I'm not even joking. I'm dead serious about that. Like, Link and Zelda. You want to name them? You can give them their middle names, babe. But the first names, Link and Zelda. I'd be joking. Uh, maybe you could make my last question an opinion spot. What was that last question? Um, what was that question again? Actually, yes. Okay. Speaking of which, that is a good thing. That is a good way to swing into that, guys. So I've always told you guys that the opinion spot is open to requests. If you go on the community page, I left a post there about the opinion spot. Everybody gets a shot to can request one topic, and I will do it in a future episode of the opinion spot. That helps me out a lot too when I am not running out of ideas, but don't want to keep doing the same topic over and over and over. So it helps me out a lot. So go to the community feed of my channel, and you'll see a post that's talking about, you want to request, put it there. Don't put it here. Put it in the question below. And I've already seen. A matter of fact, let me go look at it now again. Let me go look right now. In terms of the community feed, like in terms of that, like how's it going? Let me see what we got here. Um, do, 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 do. Let me see. All right, community feed. Here we go. All right, there's the post right there, as you can see. Let's see. Wow, there's like 20 posts already. All right, so let me look at this. We're gonna do a newest from first. Okay, look at that. There's like 20. Look at that. There's like 20 comments already. So we got one that's saying if Aquaman is recasted, who would make a good Arthur? Look at that. Somebody asked him about Black Panther 3. Will it be an adapt? We got another one. Want me to We got another person, another pack member, Mask and Play. What's my opinion on the Dead by Daylight movie based off the video game? There's a movie coming. Look at that. Jason Case wants me to do a opinion spot on 10 not great movies that can be improved with a remake. We got Caroline, you already have one. See, there, look, there you go right there. Look at that. Brandon, the groovy nerd. 5 80s cartoons that you feel deserve a remake. Look at that. Cyborg already got one. What if Deathstroke was in the Marvel universe? And it's funny. Before that, the Yin and Yang lad. What if Black Canary was in the Marvel universe? Like, there's just so yeah. Please, if you want to be a part of it, you want to participate in that, go to that on my channel. Go to the community part and go ahead. Right here. If you subscribe to me, you should already have seen it. It should be up on your thing. That should help. But do not put it here because this is going to go away. Why are you doing that? Well, the opinion spot was always open to the public. It was never not open to the public. The reason why I'm doing it more, I'm kind of pushing it now because not everybody joins the Patreon, and you don't have to, but people want to participate. There you go, participate. Where are we? Oh, okay. Do you think Ganondorf is crazy enough to go after the Infinity Gauntlet? Yeah, and he failed too. um, hey Chris, what characters? What characters? Wait, what? What characters would you like to see in Tekken? They're all gonna be in there. Like the ones I want are already starting to show. Um, I'm not surprised Nina's there. I'm not surprised any of the Moshiba family left are not going to be. They're going to be there. If my man Horang, my favorite character, is not in it, I'll be a little pissed. I'm hopefully one of the Capoeira practitioners, either Eddie or Michelle. Um, I'm hoping Lee is back. I'm hoping King is definitely going to be in it. Ain't no way King's not going to be in it. Lars is going to be in there. It's not a question of who's not going to be in it. It's just who do I want? And yeah, I want Bob. I love Bob. I love Bob. And people sleep on Bob. And anytime I play people with Bob online, I murder them. I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, he's fat and he can't move. Your Bob can move. His combos are great. If you know how to sling those combos together, Bob is the perfect character to play. Would you like to see more mini consoles in the future? Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. More the older school consoles, not newer school. To me, I don't want to see a mini PlayStation 2. I don't need to see that because I don't need it. Not right now. Keep doing, the like. I would love to see a mini Neo Geo. Oh my God, that shit would make money if they Neo Geo. If Playmore put out a mini Neo Geo and got all the classic Art of Fighting, Fatal Fury, all those games, Samurai Showdown, on these. Yes, I would love that. You put out maybe a second version of a mini Nintendo because they're doing another mini Genesis. This is going to have more games on it. PS1, I would do more of maybe a Nintendo 64. I think that'll work. They did Super Nintendo, Dreamcast, mini Dreamcast, not Dreamcast, mini Saturn. That's what I mean, mini Saturn. So yes, I do. I lean towards Samus because I find blondes attractive. Aha, there we go. Blondes. Blondes are attractive. You know, my kryptonite is redheads. So I'm a sucker for a redhead. Redheads are my kryptonite. I can't be around redheads for too long. Like they just weaken my knees. I just go weak real quick. That's just dead serious. I'm not even joking about that. I don't mind blondes, but if I was to do like I'm a I love raven haired girls too. Like they got raven hairs. I don't know. I find that attractive. I find the mohawk very attractive. I like mohawk on women. I love women with mohawks. Yeah, that's a hairstyle I love. I'm a big mohawk. Like usually I let this grow out and I do a mohawk, a mini mohawk. So I might use, but I only rock a mohawk in the summertime. Like I don't use it in the winter. Here in New York, it's better to do it in the summertime. Uh, uh, I would name my kids Peter, Link, Kirby, and Steven. Steven? Steven? If the Mario games allowed cussing, who do you think would be cursing more, Princess Peach or Princess Daisy? Daisy, all the way, Daisy. Daisy right off the rip. Here's a little challenge. Can you name every member of the Arrow family? Ollie, Green Arrow, his son Connor Hawk, Speedy. Well, both of them. There's two Speedies. Arrowetta. Um, yeah, oh, I said Black Canary. Forgot Black Canary. Uh, did I say Connor Hawk? Yeah, I did say Connor Hawk. Uh, Merlin, you put up in there too. Uh, Arrow's Ollie's sister, not Thea. That's not her name. There's another. He has a real sister, half sister. I'm forgetting her name right now. Uh, and Roy Harper. Did I say Roy? Yeah, I did. I say Roy. I said Speedy. But if you want to go Roy, there's a few. Do you think the Simpsons episodes Homer's? Do you like the Simpsons episodes Homer? I have not watched Simpsons in a long time, so if you're bringing up something from Simpsons current, I don't remember. I don't watch the Simpsons as much as I used to. Sad we lost Kevin Conroy last year. Yes, very sad. However, I have found the number one now person I love voicing Batman, and it ain't Troy Baker, and it ain't Bruce Greenwood. You know who it is? Jensen Ackles. My God, he is perfect for that role. He nails that character. I listened to him again last when I was watching the Legion of Superheroes, and again I was just like, oh, he's perfect. He nailed. He now has my number one spot. He to me is the successor to the voice of Batman from Kevin Conroy. He's perfect. He is perfect. He is perfect. Also, the way you feel about Mario is how I feel about Pikachu. My brother's like that. He don't like Pikachu. Uh, Pikachu. I hate that. Oh, like I'm not a big Pokemon fan as it is. I like Digimon more than Pokemon. I made that perfectly clear. Many people. I prefer Digimon better than Pokemon. Digimon has better stories. The characters have more growth. I don't like Pokemon for the reasons many people probably don't understand. That there's no growth in Ash or Satoshi as his root. There's none whatsoever. He stays a novice. It's like every season up until he should be beating guys like this. Every season he learns, and then the next season he did great, and then he forgets everything he learned. Like I watched an episode once. I forgot what season was, and he used his Pokédex, and he's like, "What's that Pokemon?" And it basically said the Pokemon, and it was a water type. And it's like, Ash, you don't know how to beat a water type anymore? What's wrong with you? It's like he forgets everything, and it drives me insane. And I can't. I hate it. That's why when it comes to Digimon, it's like look at how they grew up. All of them grew up. They got better. They got older. They got wiser. Perfect. Pokemon, they don't. It's a detriment to the characters just so they can stay kind of in the eyes of children. That's not, man. That don't work for me. Yeah, you could say, but Chris, they don't do that with Bart Simpson. And you know what? Yeah, I don't like that too much either. Like the Simpsons kids are still kids after how many seasons? Since 1989, I believe. They still been kids. Like, come on. Like, you could say that, but Chris, they didn't do that for Pebbles and Bam Bam. No, they did do that for Pebbles and Bam. They grew up. We saw Pebbles and Bam Bam grow up and get married. Yes, yes, we didn't see Elroy and Judy Jetson get older, but we we saw that. You can say, we didn't see Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Yeah, we did. We saw them grow up. There's many of us we see them grown, worked. But you don't. Ash stayed a 10-year-old kid, which makes no sense. And in some cases, this should be a friend of mine. Not even joking. He wrote I think it was he did a project when he was in school about a coworker of mine. He talked about. He said I wrote how blatantly stupid the the how child services should have been called on Ash's mom, and that's endangering it. I was like, I was laughing at it, but it was like I laughed at it, but in my mind, I'm like, he's not wrong. This woman let her son, 10 years old, travel the world, no supervision, to get hurt. That boy could have got hurt. He could have been killed. It's weird. The Pokemon universe is just so weird to me. Once a kid reaches 10, they're able to just go on their own. That's not good parenting. It's not. It is not. I find that so funny. So funny, but weird. I want to see James Gunn do movie on Deathstroke. Maybe. I can see DC doing it more, because, but yeah, depends. I wouldn't mind seeing Joe Magdaleno come back because we never really got to see what he would have done as Deathstroke. What is the most painful looking power bomb you've ever seen get inflicted by someone? No, I'm not. Oh Jesus, there was one. Big Show. Got from Kevin Nash right on his neck. I was like, all that weight. That's why his neck got broke. I was like, this comic book makes me laugh a lot. No rips the century. I was laughing my head. Okay. What did you play WWF No Mercy back in the day? Of course, my brother and I still have it. He still has it for the N64. WrestleMania 2000, No Mercy, both good games. I think the people that have made those games are the ones that's making the AEW game. Aki, no, not Aki, Yucks. Yeah, Aki Yucks, one of them. Yeah. So. Speaking of AEW, do you think they go overboard with the blood? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Especially John Moxley. He has to bleed in every. It's like it's not even worth it anymore. It's just too much. And then there's probably going to be somebody that, oh, well, you don't like blood. It's not that I don't like blood. There's got to be a purpose to it. For me, they just bleed to be bleeding for nothing now. It's ridiculous. Anytime I see Moxley in a match, and it's probably in his contract, I gotta bleed. I gotta bleed. Like every time he gets bam, and you just want to see if he over there blading. He's blading, and next you know, he's bleeding, and it's just like it. It's like satire now. It's just like it's boring now. It's like there's no purpose to it. It's none. It's just yeah, they bleed. It's kind of reminds me of when they asked Randy Orton once, you know, how come WWE doesn't bleed anymore? You know, you don't see blood anymore. And kind of Randy kind of said it out. He's like, if you want to see blood, go to the other show, which at that point was Impact, because they were bleeding all the time too. Especially when Rick was over. Rick would bleed every night. And there was this rumor like if you bleed, you get paid more. I'm like, yeah, Rick must be just I was like, good God, like it boggles my mind. All right, let's keep going. We're gonna get ready to wrap this up. Do you think Sega would make another console again? I wish they did. They become a first party company, but a third party company. But yeah, I would love to see them jump back into the console wars again. Uh, they could still do it. It's not like they can't. They should never stop. What do you love about everything about Daredevil? Like, there's not even a question. Why ask me that question? He's my second over. If someone says to you, this character is my all-time favorite character, Daredevil is my number two favorite all-time favorite Marvel character. Meaning he's number two. Number two. There's only one person ahead of him. Everybody else is below them. There's only one person below him. Y'all should know who that is. He's right behind me. Daredevil is my number two. I hate Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, we don't talk about them. Uh, how long do you think it would take for Scrooge McDuck and Grunkle Stan to be at each other's throat? Well, Scrooge would just be like getting on Grunkle for being a cheapskate and cheating people out of money. Scrooge is one thing, but he's no cheat. He's no cheat. He doesn't cheat anybody. Are you familiar with either Scott the Woos or the competitors? These are two of my favorite gaming YouTubers. No, my favorite gaming YouTubers is Dashi, Corey Kenshin, 8-Bit Ryan. Those are my favorites. Those are my favorites. I would name one of my kids Steven from the Super Stock. I know where you got that from. Yeah, that's what. Hey Chris, what team roster like wait, what what team roster like see would I like to see would I like to see the Justice League in the future? Well, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, Aquaman, Flash, and wait, how many was that? I want it to be an even team. I don't want Cyborg on the Justice League. Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash. Wait, Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, Aquaman, Flash, and mm, maybe Hawk Girl or somebody. I'm Uh, yeah, or Zatanna or somebody like that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. All right, let's see. I'm not a Pokemon fan either. Oh, okay, cool. I want to see a Final Fantasy movie, but I want to see it on the big screen. Well, there was a Final Fantasy movie on the big screen. It's called Spirit Within. It had nothing to do with Final Fantasy though. And then of course there was the the like the aftermath of Final Fantasy VII that came out in theaters. So yeah. Let's see. I'll always be a Pokemon fan. That's fine. Nobody's dating. Do you think Lord LGR is a good YouTuber? Who's that? N64 or GameCube? Who who you like more? 64. What video game would you like to see be turned into a movie other than Zelda? There's a lot of games. There's a lot of games. I think I did a video on that, so go check it out. Uh, a teenage oh, a teenage Prince Tucson Ochala can meet Storm Aurora in the third movie. That'd be interesting if they start introducing the X-Men, which I think they're gonna wait. But that's fine. Spider-Man and Daredevil two. Yeah, would you like to see Tom Holland and Charlie Cox team up in a future movie? I think they are. So yeah. Retro tech YouTuber is who? Oh, okay. Never watched anything from him. Which Shredder do you think has done worse? IDW Shredder or Shredder 2012 Shredder, and why? IDW, much better. Uh, do you watch videos of celebrities eating spicy wings? You mean do I watch hot ones? Yes, I do watch hot ones. I was watching that long before anybody. I like hot ones. It's cool. It's an interesting concept. I do watch it. The last one they had Jenny Ortega on it. Um, so I need to watch that one. So yeah. Some of them don't even eat the wings. Like I remember when who was on Rachel 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 fucking damn it. What's her name? Uh hold on, let me see. Rachel Ray. She was on it. She didn't even eat the wings. She was taking spoonfuls of the sauces and just eating it because she didn't like how the wings were cut and things like that. Who was the one that made me laugh? DJ Khaled. He had two wings and he was done. A punk. What a punk. I was like, it was ridiculous. Um, the sauces. Look, I'm not a big spicy foodie, but you can tell which when they're gonna get hot, hot, hot. Like, but he is just so used to it now. It's just like accustomed to it. Like, it's not that hot to him anymore. He even talked about it. He's like, my body just is like immune to the spice. Did you like Man versus Food? I did like Man versus Food. I loved Adam Richmond. I loved him as that host. He was great, and he went around and ate a lot of spicy stuff and did a lot of challenge. All those challenges you can do. If I believe not most of the stuff he did, a lot of those places closed down, but some of them are still up, and they do like the place. I remember he went to Seattle and he did that. It was the 12 egg omelet challenge. Like the omelet was so big, up in it's this place up in Seattle. They brought it on a pizza pan, and it's not just 12 omelet. It had like chili in there and all cheese and four slices, and you had to eat. And he only had like a quarter of it left, and he just had to put it in his mouth, and but he didn't. Um, I found Adam, he would finish mostly all the spicy stuff, and he's from New York too, so he's a New Yorker as just as me. But he would finish, but the stuff that was sweet and savory, like sweet and good, like you could take your time with, he could never finish. Sometimes, like I remember he did a challenge in San Francisco, I believe. It was called the kitchen sink. It was a huge ice cream tub of ice cream, and he did it. And he had to finish everything, but then he had to finish everything that fell off on his tray. It was so funny, and he did that. I loved Man vs. Man. Then they went to a new host called Casey. I forget his name, and he was cool, but Adam really is the one that really made the show great. But after hearing the stuff that he went through after the show, after every shoot, every show, when he shot every season, like, he would go to the doctor and they would tell him, you got to stop this. Like his health, he got a big health scare about doing that because he was not a competitive eater. He would say that right up. I'm no competitive eater. I just a guy. I've worked in the food business all my life, so there's things like that. And there was some things you look at and you're like, man, like how can you eat that? Like, I mean, he would eat hot foods, like you talking like wings that were drenched in like ghost peppers and habanero sauces, and you know stuff that the Scoville levels are over like 1,000. Like I felt bad for him many times. Like I remember the first challenge, he had to eat a 72-ounce steak. He ate it too. He ate the whole thing with a baked potato and a side of salad. And I was just like, I remember watching, and that was in Amarillo, Texas. And I was like, how did he do that? How did he do that? He ate a huge bowl of ramen that would even Naruto himself would probably look at me like, uh-uh. I was impressed. I don't think it was hot either, but he did it. Yeah, it was hot. It was spicy ramen. I was like, man, that was a good show. I missed that show. I do miss that show. But I do watch Hot Ones. He was on Hot Ones too. Would you like to see Digimon live action? If done right, yes, I would do it. That's great. Uh, the Need for Speed movie was great. Um, uh, the first Resident Evil was okay. Second one was okay, but then they just went weird. They just forgot what they were doing. So I disagree with that. Favorite AVGN episodes. Angry Video Game Nerd. I don't really watch him either. I don't. I don't really watch those guys. They don't really interest me. They don't. Like to me, nobody is better than Dashi or Corey Kenshin. Those guys. Those guys entertain me. Lamar Wilson entertains me. You know, I go to Dashi every Thursday. I've watched his videos hundreds of times, and they still make me laugh. Last night I was watching Dashi. He was playing a fake Fall Guys game. Cracked me up because he was rapping to it. It's just funny as hell. Like 8-Bit Ryan is funny too because he's a UK gamer from the UK, but he's funny. I like that stuff. And Corey Kenshin, I love Corey. Corey is just he's good people. I don't watch Angry Video Game Nerd. It's just never interest me. What are your thoughts on so far confirmed that the lineup of the Avengers? I don't believe anything that they say. I ain't believing that. I don't believe that. There's no way that got leaked. That I don't believe any of that stuff. Why did they make Shredder a ultra black? Yeah, there it go. Connection. Damn it. All right. Am I good? Y'all see me? Are we good? All right. Anyway, guys, uh it seems that I'm lagging. I don't know what the issue is right now, but guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you for coming out. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. We'll do this again. Uh, we'll do this again. I apologize for the lags, guys. I was saying it was lagging. Uh, I'm just gonna write in. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. I don't want to take any chances with it just turning off like it did one time before. But again, guys, thank you for coming out. We'll do this again. I did put up a list of when we're going to be doing the open Q&As again, the streaming Q&As. So the next time we'll be doing this is going to be the next time. The next time we do a Q and make sure. The next time will be March 28th, which that's a Tuesday again. We're gonna keep it on Tuesday for now. Uh, but in the meantime, guys, thanks for hanging out. I will see you guys next time. I'm gonna finish my food. Like I said, guys, I apologize for eating on camera, but I was just really hungry. But anyway, guys, go. Like I said, go in the community feed, and if you want to participate in the opinion spot, you want to request a topic, leave it there. Uh, but in the meantime, always, guys, and not just to you, my pack, but to everybody, please, thank you for liking the vid, and please subscribe. I have a lot more coming to you guys. But with that being said, you guys take care. Deuces.